The NFL just chose the Bad Bunny Rabbit, or whatever his name, this guy who hates ICE. He doesn't like you. He accuses everything he doesn't like of racism. Do you think maybe we should just kind of entertain blowing off the NFL, like a boycott or something along those lines?
You ever notice how every time a brown man gets too big, America suddenly forgets he's American? Now Bad Bunny, Puerto Rico's own, biggest artist on the planet, just got picked for the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. And instead of celebrating history, Trump out here saying he never heard of him, calling it ridiculous.
Come on, none of it's true. None of it's true. It's BS.
But see, this ain't really about music. It's about money, language, masculinity, and who they let represent America on the biggest stage on earth. Because trust me, they didn't choose Bad Bunny by accident. They chose him because controversy sells. And the people writing those checks, Jay-Z, Roc Nation, the NFL, they know outrage equals views, and views equal money. So stick around till the end. I'm gonna show you exactly how this Super Bowl performance became the most expensive chess move in the culture war.
The NFL just chose the Bad Bunny Rabbit, or whatever his name, this guy who hates ICE. He doesn't like you. He accuses everything he doesn't like of racism. Do you think maybe we should just kind of entertain blowing off the NFL, like a boycott or something along those lines?
You're showing me how unserious you are.
This guy does not seem like a unifying entertainer, and a lot of folks don't even know who he is.
I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy. And then they blame it on some promoter that they hired to pick up entertainment. I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
So the NFL drops the news. Bad Bunny headlining the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. Boom. Internet goes nuclear in 10 seconds. You think dude just announced he was running for president the way people lost their minds. Trump jumps on Newsmax talking about, I've never heard of him. Absolutely ridiculous. Bruh, you heard of Kid Rock, but not the biggest artist in the world? Come on now.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And right on cue, the usual crew starts crying woke again. Twitter full of memes. He hates America. He hates ICE. He dresses funny.
So what?
Rapper Bad Bunny is skipping the U.S. on his tour or his concert tour over ICE fears. In a magazine interview, he says that he's worried that ICE agents will detain people who attend his concerts. Bad Bunny has been performing a 30-concert residency in Puerto Rico, and
whole army of keyboard patriots foaming at the mouth like we need real Americans on that stage. Meanwhile, they forgot one tiny fact. Puerto Rico is America. But that's how deep the programming goes, right? Soon as somebody don't fit their picture of American, they hit panic mode.
No. Wait.
And let's be real, the NFL knew exactly what they were doing. They didn't just drop a halftime lineup, they dropped a cultural grenade. Because when you book Bad Bunny, you don't just get Latin fans. You get headlines, you get outrage, you get everybody talking. It's the new formula, bruh. Spark the culture war, then sell ads off the smoke. And before you say Panda, you tripping.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
We're gonna get into who really profits from this little chaos. Cause spoiler alert, it ain't about unity, and it sure ain't about music. I'ma show you the real reason they picked him, and why Jay-Z's name keep popping up every time controversy makes somebody rich. Look, I'ma say it straight. The NFL didn't pick Bad Bunny cause they suddenly woke up and loved Latin music. They picked him cause he's the most streamed artist on earth. Period. Billions of plays. Stadiums packed across continents. Man could sneeze on a beat and it'd go platinum. That's not politics, that's profit. See, when Roc Nation signed that halftime deal back in 2019, Jay-Z told him, we're past the kneeling, we moving into business. And he wasn't lying. Now every year, the NFL gotta prove they're inclusive, but still make the advertisers happy. So what they do, they call up the biggest non-white, non-English artists on the planet. Boom, 2 birds, 1 marketing plan. They know the numbers. The Latin community in America, 60 million strong. That's 18% of the whole country, bro. You don't book that kind of artist cause it's trendy. You book him cause he moves markets. His shows in Puerto Rico pump $700 million into the economy. 700. You know how many Bud Light ads that pays for? So when people say why him, that's why. He brings the world to the table. He don't need America. America needs him. Cause that's the secret nobody wanna say out loud.
Y'all know what's going on. And so do I.
The NFL ain't fighting a culture war. They monetizing one. Every tweet from a Trump supporter mad about Spanish music is a free commercial for the halftime show. They count on that outrage, bruh. Corporate America don't care if you love him or hate him, as long as you click.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
And guess who's sitting right in the middle of all that noise counting commas? Jay-Z. The man turned protest into partnership, and partnership into power. Roc Nation out here turning division into data. They knew exactly what this would do. Get the right mad, the left proud, and the world watching. That's the perfect storm, and they built it on purpose. But here's the wild part. The story gets even deeper when you realize what Bad Bunny's been doing for Puerto Rico and why he's been dodging US stages this whole time.
I'm like one of the few, probably Gen X 50-year-olds that actually knows who Bad Bunny is. I'm a DJ, thus he has a lot of track that I play on a regular basis. I also vacation annually in Puerto Rico, where he is from, and he is huge there. But he is not huge here, and that's the point. He's really big and has a lot of followers here stateside. But as a DJ, I can tell you, he doesn't really have crossover hit. And a lot of that is because all of his music is in Spanish, which is totally cool. Dude writes a mean hook. He is a talented dude. Titi Me Pregunto is one of my favorites of his. He has a lot of collab stuff that you probably have heard of, but you may not even have known he was on that track because he's not the featured artist. And that's the point. A lot of people that are saying it's the decision is because the NFL is trying to appeal to a international market. That has nothing to do with it. The NFL does not program the halftime show. They have outsourced that to Jay-Z. Jay-Z is the one who has picked the Super Bowl halftime performers for the last number of years. He knows what he's doing. He is taking an artist that is big, but not huge, and exposing them and using the Super Bowl halftime show platform, which is the if that is not the largest, it's definitely the largest in the United States and possibly the world. It's not probably World Cup, but it is close. So all of the belly aching of like dudes that look like me is honestly, I think, ideal. Getting people to be like, this guy's not cool, so let's check it out. And then they're going to check it out and they'll be like, that's catchy. I like that. And that's the point. Don't worry, I don't think Bad Bunny will be alone. You'll probably have a potential sighting from Drake, Cardi B, J Balvin, amongst others. All this being said, I do think Jay-Z might have missed a golden opportunity here. His wife has broken into the country charts, correct? Why not feature country artists with her at the center of it? Process that for a minute. Think about how much hate he would have, or his wife would have gotten, if that had been the halftime show. If he is still programming the halftime show when the Super Bowl comes to Nashville in a few years, get ready for that. Brand new stadium in Music City, USA, and Cowboy Carter halftime show after her third country album.
See, they talk like Bad Bunny just some outsider, some foreigner crashing the Super Bowl, but they forget Puerto Rico is America. The man's as American as apple pie. He just don't rap in English or kiss the flag before breakfast. In Puerto Rico, he ain't just an artist, he's an economy. When he did that 31-day residency, 500,000 people pulled up.
Creating a wave of nostalgia.
Hotels booked solid, flights sold out, restaurants overflowing. That one run alone pumped $700 million into the island. Bruh, that's stimulus money. And here's the twist. The island's still treated like a second-class colony. They take the taxes, the tourism, the talent, but the moment a Puerto Rican hits the Super Bowl, suddenly he don't belong.
What?
It's funny how America loves Puerto Rico when it's convenient. When they need the beaches, it's paradise. When they need the workers, it's citizenship. But when a Puerto Rican breaks global records, oh nah, he's not one of us. Bad Bunny been peeped that game. That's why he been repping the island heavy. All Spanish, All pride, no apology. He turned that flag into a brand, bruh. And guess what? The world bought in. He understood something deep. If America won't respect you as part of it, make them respect you as bigger than it. But that success came with a price. Because when he stopped touring in the mainland, people thought he was ducking money. Nah, he was ducking something way more dangerous. Now let's talk about why Bad Bunny said no to US stadiums and how ICE, politics, and fear turned a world tour into a warning. So here's what people don't get. Bad Bunny didn't skip US tour dates because he's too good for America. He did it because he didn't trust America. He said it himself. Him and his team were worried ICE might show up at his concerts. Imagine that, bro. You throw a show to celebrate culture, and you gotta wonder if the feds gonna raid your crowd. That's not paranoia, that's pattern. ICE been known to hit up communities heavy with immigrants, even legal ones, and start detaining people just off suspicion. We've seen it too many times. And while folks online yelling keep politics out of music, they forget politics been inside music since the first drum got banned on a plantation. Music always been rebellion, always been protection. Now fast forward, Trump's advisors even hinted at ICE being present at the Super Bowl.
President Donald Trump is expected to send ICE agents to Bad Bunny's halftime Super Bowl performance. That is according to his former campaign manager.
Yeah, imagine that. Millions watching worldwide and they want to make it a damn immigration checkpoint. White House had to walk it back saying no tangible plan. But that statement right there tells you everything. They considered it. Just saying the words ICE at the Super Bowl shows what time we in. So now you understand why Bad Bunny stayed in Puerto Rico, where his people could party without looking over their shoulder, where fans didn't have to risk freedom just to dance. Cause what's fame worth if your audience gotta fear the police? What's the show if half your crowd scared to clap too loud? And that's the tightrope this man's walking. He's performing in the same country where some of his fans, his own people, get treated like trespassers. So yeah, he's gonna walk onto that Super Bowl stage with more on his back than a mic. He carrying a message and a mirror. But you know what really set folks off? It ain't just his politics, it's that language. The fact that millions gonna be vibing to Spanish and half the country won't even understand the words. Bruh, the internet acting like the man committed treason just cause he sings in Spanish. Like what? America gonna melt if it hears a different alphabet? Let me remind y'all, this country got United States printed in English. But the street signs, the food, the music, been bilingual. You order tacos in English? Nah, you say tacos. Spanish been woven into America longer than half these angry Twitter accounts been alive. But see, to them, English equals power. If you don't speak it, they don't hear you. That's why this moment hits different. Bad Bunny not just performing, he's forcing America to listen to a language it never respected. And when he said on SNL, you got 4 months to learn Spanish before I hit the Super Bowl.
I'm very excited to be doing the Super Bowl, and I'm also happy, especialmente todos los Latinos. If you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn.
That wasn't a joke, bruh. That was a challenge. That was a flex. Cause here's the truth. Language ain't just words, it's worldview. Spanish got rhythm, emotion, soul. You can feel it even if you don't translate it. That's what scares people. You don't need to understand them to feel them. And deep down, that shakes the system. Because if an artist can dominate without bending the English, that means power shifting. It means their version of mainstream ain't the only lane anymore. So nah, this ain't about inclusivity. This is the empire realizing they don't control the soundtrack no more. And just wait, if the language triggered them, the next part gonna break them. Cause the same folks who lost it over Spanish had a meltdown when they saw what he was wearing. So now we at the part that really got the internet foaming at the mouth. Bad Bunny in skirts, painted nails, pearl chains. Oh Lord, protect the children. Funny thing though, the same folks crying now used to worship Prince, Bowie, and Kurt Cobain. All of them wore eyeliner, lace, heels, whatever they felt like. But soon as a Latino does it, suddenly it's the fall of masculinity. Nah, bruh. It's just the fall of your fragile ego. They don't hate the outfit. They hate the freedom. He's stacking Grammys, tour money, and generational respect. Meanwhile, they still typing in all caps under Fox News posts. And you know who loved this chaos the most? Corporate America. Because while everybody online fighting about nails and pronouns, the sponsors just counting impressions. Yeah, this ain't rebellion anymore. It's business.
Baby, us forever, baby. We gotta stick together, baby.
Jay-Z, Roc Nation, the NFL, they predicted every meltdown, every headline, every think piece. And they playing chess while the internet playing checkers. Listen, y'all think all this outrage was an accident? Nah, that was marketing. See, Jay-Z and the NFL been running this place since 2019. Every halftime show now comes with a built-in controversy package. It's like a product launch, except the product is division. You got conservatives yelling boycott, progressives tweeting representation, and advertisers sitting back like, yes, engagement. That's how corporate America works now. They farm outrage. Every angry comment becomes data. Every debate becomes traffic, and traffic equals money.
Simply flooded the system with money.
Yes, we did. That's another way to think about it.
So when they booked Bad Bunny, they didn't just book an artist. They booked a conversation, a month-long news cycle, free promo, free clicks, free content. They ain't scared of the backlash. They bank on it. It's genius and evil at the same time, bruh. They say diversity and inclusion, but what they really mean is diversity of revenue streams. Think about it. The NFL got Jay-Z in charge of the halftime show. So when controversy hits, they can't call it racism. When Trump complains, Jay just smiles and cashes the check. It's the perfect shield. See, we got a black billionaire running it. Can't be exploitation, right? Meanwhile, every viral headline just boosts their stock. They turned the culture war into an ad campaign and the Super Bowl into a social experiment. Welcome to 2026. Where rebellion got a sponsor and protest comes with a Pepsi logo. But yo, all this chaos still points to something bigger, because every time America tries to sell unity, it accidentally shows how divided it really is. See, this whole thing ain't even about Bad Bunny no more. It's about what America really is, and who it still refuses to see. Every time the Super Bowl rolls around, they call it unity, red, white, and blue, all together for one night. But every halftime show cracks that illusion wide open. When Beyonce brought black culture to that stage, they called it militant. When Shakira and J-Lo danced in Spanish, they said it was too sexual. Now Bad Bunny shows up, and suddenly America's like, wait, do we even like Spanish music? Bruh, the problem ain't the artist. The problem is a country that still can't decide who belongs to it. They want the food, the rhythm, the slang, the swag, but not the people who created it. They love the culture, hate the color. And now, the same corporations that ignored that truth for decades pretend they're the bridge, while cashing checks off both sides. They don't want unity, they want engagement. But that's the twist. The people see it now. You can't hide behind hashtags forever. You can't sell diversity while deporting the same people you profit from. So yeah, Bad Bunny gonna walk on that Super Bowl stage shining, but the real show, that's America watching itself and not liking what it sees. And I got one more thing to say before we wrap this up, because if you think this story ends with the concert, you missing the bigger lesson. Let's talk about what this really means for culture, power, and what comes next. When you zoom out, it's simple. Culture is the new battlefield, and the artists, they the soldiers and the trophies. Bad Bunny ain't just singing. He representing every voice America tried to turn down, every language they mocked, every accent they told to speak English. He flipped that pain into playlists and made the same people who ignored him pay him. That's power. Not the kind they hand you, the kind you build while they laugh, the kind that scares them because it don't need permission. And that's why this whole halftime thing matters, bruh. It's not just a show, it's a mirror. You either see yourself in it or you see your fear. So whether you love Bad Bunny or can't stand him, understand this. The world ain't going back to black and white America. It's bilingual now. It's mixed. It's messy. And it's beautiful if you stop fighting it. If you still think this story is just about music, you sleeping. This is about who owns the mic and who gets to define American. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this question. When the next artist breaks the mold, are you gonna celebrate it or cry on Twitter about the good old days? Think about it. And if you made it this far, hit that like button, sub up, and watch the video that just popped up on your screen. Cause trust me, that one gonna open your eyes even wider. I'll see you on the next one.
Panda, 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 panda.
Panda out.